Hello guys, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Daily Teachings. Before we start, just a quick disclaimer, everything we discuss is just for educational purpose only. Nothing is a financial advice. So anyways guys, amazing day today, insane day. If you follow my teachings, if you understand what I always talk about, earning season guys, earning season, focusing on the news plays, finally got a lot of good trends in the market, in the stocks, especially the earning names, and many other hot sectors, hot runners. So we'll talk about it. A lot of huge day today for us in the community. 70% traders were green, so we really did well today. And if you followed my Twitter feed from the mornings, so hopefully you guys did well as well. Before we start, before we recap, a lot to learn today, a lot of setups. Let's do a quick introduction to anybody who's new to our YouTube, new to our X accounts, or new in our community. I always recommend watching my recaps so that you guys can learn. So guys, we trade a repeatable system called Ripster EMA Cloud System. This system is traded by thousands of traders across the world to trade consistently in the stock market. Keeping your losers small, your winners big. So every morning, me and my team, we make a game plan. We make a game plan for the day. And our teachings is not just only the indicators, but it's comprises of all the concepts that I've been teaching from years. If you follow my concepts, there were a lot of concepts that I teach in my webinars, I teach in my YouTube recaps, I've been teaching free on X. You can go to ripstereducation.com. You can see the amount of lives that have been changed by my education. So we plan every morning. Every morning we have a plan for the day. We make a plan for the day. We look at the news setups. We have earning plays. In the earnings, we focus a lot on the earning setups. We have our earning setups. Then we also have upgrades, downgrades. We trade index stocks. We make an initial plan in the pre-market. We make an initial plan, and we have a support level, resistance level, and then we make a game plan. So based upon that game plan, we trade during the day. We trade on that. Today's game plan was pretty fire all day long. We got some decent trends. Our earning plays were all spot on, all winners. Each of our earning plays were a solid winner for us. We will take a look at all those. And in the pre-market, I make this game plan live on live screen for the day. We also share something called day 2, day 3 setups. This is a repeatable strategy that I've been teaching for a few years now, that I also did a free webinar. So our day 2, day 3 setups, we focus on the setups from the previous day. So we make a plan of our day 2, day 3 setups. In earning season, day 2, day 3 setups are very important. So make sure you focus on those. We also share the levels for the crypto stocks. Anytime crypto is hot, Bitcoin is hot, we focus on these stocks. We make a plan and the levels for those. We also trade futures in our community. We make a plan for the futures for our futures traders. Today was pretty good for the morning short for ES and NASDAQ futures. We'll talk a little bit about that. And I do have a futures webinar on my YouTube, free to watch as well. Then we do have, we share the plan for our indices, MAG 7s. We can discuss a little bit on AMD today. That was one of, these are our daily plays. We always look at these setups regardless if anyone is triggering. Some traders just like to trade these stocks. So these are our daily levels for these stocks: SPY, QQQ, IWM, Apple, Microsoft, AMD. So much running today. So today our focus mainly was earnings. We do trade low floors as well. We have a low floor, we have low floor guidance. So we make this plan in the pre-market, and then at the market open we are ready to start the day. We utilize our repeatable concepts of trading at the open, first 10 minutes, 10 a.m., midday setups. So we have those repeatable things that I teach you guys every day. I'm usually on a voice first few hours of the market open, and usually I'm guiding my traders all day long on the setups, any trades. Basically I browse through all the setups we have and guide my traders. I personally am not taking all those trades, but my job is to make sure the traders in my community are making the right decisions and making those right trades. We're not an alert service. We are an educational based service, one of the largest trading communities with one of the largest trading floor online right now. We have a lot of tools for the traders to use in the community. We have 3-4 option scanners. We have stock scanner. We have breaking news alert. We have audio news alerts. We have audio squawks, we have stop, we have support resistance alerts, Ripster cloud alerts, we have halt, unhalt, almost $500-600 worth of tools which are free for the traders to join in the communities so that they can have one-stop shop for all the resources at one place. Anyways, that was introduction. Let's start. Let's start with a big home run play for us this morning. That was our first earning play. That was ASML. This is nothing that we are doing first time, because what we do is based upon statistics, based upon probability. We know what can happen when Ripster Clouds tells you something, what will happen. And usually it works at high probability of 80 to 90% of the times. When it doesn't work, we take a loss. So ASML. So what was the plan on ASML? Let's go back. Let's take a look at what was our plan on ASML. Our plan on ASML this morning was EPS beats on revenue. Still, it was gapping down under the MTF clouds. Bearish bias to short the pops. Watch out the curls. So I usually highlight any important plays as reds, meaning they are the important, more focused plays that you should focus on. So ASML was our high focus, our number one earning plays. Bearish bias to short the pop. Watch out if it curls. Anyways, as soon as the market open, I see the weakness, and I tell the trader it's breaking down, watch any pops. And it was showing so much weakness, and I told the traders to start a short there, and my traders are already short. They don't really wait on me. So anyways, I told the short 935. I said short it, and the targets I gave was 740. The second target I gave was 735. We do not need to look at smaller time frame. We trade the bigger time frame. The stops right over here over the clouds. We break down, you buy the puts. I was talking about some of us that 735 puts, or you could take 740 puts, whatever makes sense for you. Our 740 target, met pretty quickly in the first candle. Our next target was 735. From that 740 target, next half an hour, we did hit next to our 735 target as well. So you see the 735 target hit, and you don't really need to go crazy sizing. Common misconception is that you need to size a lot if you're trading the options. I always recommend trading shares if you have a decent sized account. But if you look at the 735 options, that ran in the morning from $5-6 all the way to $14. So they were 100% on that trade right in front of you. So that was a short trade, right? And we were looking for 730, our next target. It was a little short of that, but then it gave us a call right here. I told the traders close shorts. It's a 512 call. Close shorts, 512 calls, you can take it long. And whenever we do a 512 call setup, the first target is always 3450. We hit our first 3450 target, right? And that was a 10 points from the call. Then I gave the stops at 750. And I told the traders 755 next resistance, and then next target is MTF. So here's my MTF target I gave right here. You can see that MTF next. So once we broke out of 755, we hit the MTF 760. So you see that how the Ripster cloud is so high probability, and traders in the community took that call as well. Let's take a look here. So you can see that how the traders are trading this call. This was Jagdish in the community. He took a long here, and he sold limit order at the highs on that call. So that's how our repeatable setups traders are trading. The 735 of course you have to cut it. It will go to 0 or lower once it's out of the money. But you could trade back the same calls you want. Maybe you trade 745 on the calls, and those 745 went from like another 200% on the call. You could see that how they moved 100-200%. So that's how you trade with Ripster Clouds, guys. Everything in front of you, pre-market planning on ASML, bearish bias to short, no BS, no hindsight, everything in front of you, step-by-step guidance, voice guidance. So beautiful trade, broken with MTF, home run for us in the community. All right, next we're going to look at our earning play was Goldman Sachs. So what was the Goldman Sachs setup? Let's take a look. So Goldman Sachs was also a short for us. It was a little choppy short. Let's take a look here. So let's go to our plan and see what was our plan on Goldman Sachs. The plan on Goldman Sachs was choppy. It was already choppy. Only long if 706 holds, short under 706, bearish to neutral bias. So as soon as I saw it breaking down, I said it's a short. It popped up. I told the traders to short the pops, put the stops at 709. Why at 709? Because it was high of the day. So you wait for the pop. You can see the morning candle was crazy. You do not chase the far away from the clouds. You wait on the pop and you reheat that short. So you reheat that short, and from that pop again, Goldman Sachs went the lows. The 695 puts went 50%. So you see we keep moving our stops down. Then we moved our stops to 708. It tried to push high up, and again rejected on the 512s. I told the traders to reshort this rejection, and it again flushed from 702 back to the 694. And then it started to chop, and finally we got out at the 512. So not a clean action, but regardless, it was a good trade in the morning, 50% on those 695 puts. So the next one we're going to look at is Morgan Stanley, next bank that we were short on. Morgan Stanley was much better short. Let's look like the pre-market planning on Morgan Stanley. The pre-market was MTF below, bearish bias as long as it's under 140, 150. Bearish bias as long as it's under 140, 150. So what does that mean? This is 140, 150. It never even popped. As soon as I saw it's breaking the MTF, I told the traders MTF short. And I also gave the stops at 140. Because it was popping, you short the pops, hit the pops, and you reshort it, breaking the MTF clouds, down it goes. Then we moved our stops lower because we got the 512 rejections, we got the stops lower, we covered some of the low of the day, and it faded all the way to 135 from the 139 short. $4 short, nice 100% on the puts as well. You know, you risk $1,000, you make $3,000. That was a kind of trade you make. You know, one risk to double reward, right? You just have to follow the system, the Ripster EMA Cloud System, nothing better than that. And you can see the 512 calls as well. You could take it long, but we had such a nice day. But this is where you exit the shorts, and then, you know, maybe you call it from 137 back to 139. So you could trade it both ways, right? That's the power of the Ripster clouds, just like ASML. Anyways, another one, winning trade in the community. Beautiful, beautiful trade. That's how the traders in the community were green today. All right, so next look at the next one. The next one we're going to look at is Bank of America. Let's see what Bank of America did. Let's take a look. So Bank of America, of course, banks, you know, banks. And here's the thing, guys. Nothing is hindsight from me. You know, it's always, I will show you the pre-market planning. I will show you the reason I do it, so just to tell you that this is possible. You can do it, you know. I've seen enough of the markets. I have made enough, lost enough, you know. So I know the system works. This has changed lives. So you just need to stick to the system if you want to get consistent profits in the market. So Bank of America, double MTF, no longs under that, neutral to bearish, right? So what was double MTF means? The double MTF means it was under double MTF Ripster Cloud Indicator, and it was also an MTF magnet setup. Bank of America magnet setup. Rejections from the clouds to the next cloud. MTF magnet. You can see here Bank of America short right at 9:30 at the open. You know, we put the stops over 512. Small account traders hold it all the way down to the MTF cover, and maybe you want to curl it, you can curl it. Beautiful trade, guys, just beautiful trade. I mean, that's flawless. I mean, there's no way you could have lost on a trade like Bank of America. I mean, look at that move here. So let's take a look at the puts, how the puts moved here. So the puts in the morning moved from 40 cents all the way to $1, you know, or it depends, or 25 cents to $1. If you see that, it was as low as 30 cents, and you could easily make a couple 100%, you know, $1,000 down into $3,000, you know, or you short shares, whatever you like. But this was a repeatable setup. Bank of America, repeatable setup. So beautiful MTF magnet setup, Bank of America, beautiful move. Let's go to the next one. All right, so let's look at the next one. Next one was our J&J. Beautiful move. Something to learn on J&J was not to panic. Okay, so let's take a look what was our plan on J&J and watch the guidance, learn the guidance carefully. We don't just short, okay, we long as well. So J&J beats the EPS, beats on revenue, bullish to neutral bias, cautious if 512 breaks, no go under 157. But what do we see? We see that it pushes out of the gate. I like it. I said traders long versus 160. Use 160 as a stop, long it, or watch the pullbacks. So J&J pushed hard, pulled back. That's fine. Remember, our stops were 160. This is your pullback candle right here, pulling back. That's why I had the traders pull back ads. So I told the traders pull back ads versus 160, 159. So what happened next? Next was to test your patience. 10-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute. After 30-minute, we broke out of the flag. Then we broke out of the flag. The target I gave was high of the day. We moved the stops up to 161. We met our high of the day. Then we broke high of the day. We sold half at high of the day. Then we broke on the flag. We pushed higher 166. Then it started to pull back 512. We sold it all. So beautiful trade on Johnson & Johnson, both for shares, both for the options. And just amazing day. I mean, I'm just so happy with my community traders today doing such a good job. You see the 70% were green today. The options traders had a little tough time because they were trying to trade the market. But you can see this 20-cent option went to $1.70. 25 cents is like 500% trade. So that's how you do it, and that's how we do it in the community, and that's how my followers and thousands of traders across the world who use Ripster Clouds and my repeatable systems trade it. So J&J, pretty good setup. I mean, if you look at the daily chart on J&J, that's pretty bullish as well. Always look at your daily charts. So that was our long winner, guys. In the community, a lot of traders were on over it. Rob was on top of J&J since morning. And some traders were getting like a little disappointed at this pullback. And then you're not respecting the system. Because system is still bullish. If you are getting frustrated, then maybe your size is big, or maybe your size, you just have to show the patience. Some things don't run right out of the gate. You have to give some patience, and so we had good. Explorer got 100%. Shiva Sai, he did an amazing trade on J&J. Krish did an amazing trade on J&J. Clint did amazing. So everybody did really good. Vicky G was 90% up on J&J. Matt got 300% on J&J, right? And Explorer got 300%. Why is that? Not because we are some kind of alert service promising you million option challenges. We don't show P&Ls and we don't do that kind of stuff. We just try to show the power of the system, proper education, and the learnings. So J&J, huge winner for the community. Insane day. Let's move to the next one. All right, so let's take a look at next one. Next one was RGTI. So let's see what was our plan on RGTI. Why are we talking about RGTI? RGTI, number one, highlighted play, highlighted in the red play. Industry leading multi-chip quantum computer. Breakout is over 14. Careful of the 512 breaks. Watch all other quantums. All right, so breakout was 14. So I gave the breakout on RGTI of 14 in the pre-market. So I gave that breakout. As soon as I see it breaking out, like I showed you in the pre-market planning, I told the traders it has triggered a long. Also keep eyes on the other quantum names. Hotties were strong today. I don't have time to talk about all the hotties. I mean, there's so many plays, but I'm just focusing on my guidance plays here. But the whole sector is super duper hot. Just watch my previous videos. Anyways, RGTI long out of the gate, pulled back right to the Ripster 512 clouds, holding the 14. Remember, the 14 was breakout. The resistance becomes support, holds the breakout, and then it continues to push higher. As it pushes higher, we move the stops up. I told the traders if we break 15, we're gonna go much higher. And then we broke out of the 15 right here. You can see the 15 breakout right here. And then we pushed towards 16 target, and we moved our stops. See how I tell my traders to move stops up. If you're selling, not respecting the system, that is on you, right? That is on you. RGTI 15 calls went 500%. If all you had to do was hold the Ripster 512 clouds. And I never tell my traders to sell. A lot of the traders I try to work with, make sure they don't sell. We call them pikers, and we hold each other accountable. We try to make sure that we do not sell. Because 25 cents option, what do you have to lose? You put $20 to $50, you're making $1,400. You're putting $1,000, you're making $5,000. So that's kind of setups you need to trade, guys. So anyways, all time-stamped guidance right here in front of you, step by step. Amazing guidance by many other traders on the floor on RGTI today as well. Just insane setup. amazing guidance. D-Trade was on top of it today. Many other traders were all day long on RGTI. Dutch was on top of it. Mixu was on top of it. Mixu got 170%. Yeah, just a beautiful trade. And I did tweet about it as well, and it was squeezing because look at the daily chart. Daily is breaking out of the key resistance levels. Always look at your daily charts, 1 hour chart. You see I have my 1 hour chart here. I have also checked sometimes 30-minute chart, up to you. You can check your 30-minute chart if you're confused about the time frame, the choppiness. Do not get nervous on the pullbacks. As long as it's over the clouds, you hold the longs, right? So anyways, big winner for the community. Let's go to the next one. All right, so next one I'm going to look at Circle. Let's see what was Circle. Circle was another home run trade for us today. So let's see what was happening on Circle. Let's take a look. So Circle, it was, let's take a look here. So Circle was our day 2, day 3 setup. The reason my traders were focusing on Circle was because of this 1 hour daily chart. It has been consolidating and it has been holding over 200 for a long time. And you need to know the Genius Act is going on. Trump is saying he'll get it approved and signing it into a law. So that's why that was the catalyst. Always trade a stock that has a catalyst and a technical setup. The combination of catalyst, the technical setup, and if sometimes the option flow will give you an A+ setups. Right at the open, call in the community, senior trader in the community. He told us everyone that Circle is flagging. So he gave the long to everybody, and he told me, and I guided my traders on the voice that Circle is going to run. You can get a position in Circle. Let's see where we started. So when I told the traders to long the Circle, I told them to make sure they use the stops at 201 on Circle. And do not cut it because it has a catalyst, it has a squeezer. So Circle, 201 stops, and then it started to push right out of the gate, push towards 212. Then I moved the stops at 210. Flag breakout. There's so many flags on Circle all day long. I haven't tweeted about it. Flag. There's another flag here. So all day long the flags on Circle. So the stops we moved up to 210, and then I told the traders to sell most of it at 222. We hit this 222 target. Then the next target I gave was 235. And it's not like I'm giving the targets like after the move, right? So I'm literally giving the targets $5, $10 before they hit, right? So 235 target I gave when we were running at 230. We hit 235. Then I gave the target at 240. And you can see that we moved the stops to 233. We hit 240 as well. And then we finally broke down when we exited. Again, amazing catalyst, daily chart, A+ trade. Focus on these trades, guys. Let's go to the next. All right, let's quickly look at Tesla. I'm not going to spend too much time on Tesla here. So Tesla was a long out of gate, guys, and it's more of a 30-minute chart setup. Tesla was the strongest name today. I did share the chart here somewhere with you guys on Twitter as well. Yeah, this was my chart setup on Tesla. That's what I told the traders to long it. I told the traders to not focus on the 10-minute chart, focus on the 30-minute chart, because you see so much chop here, so much chop. So it took all day long, to push from the morning longs of this pullback of 315 to 321. Very tight move. But regardless, there's all day long 10 flag breakout, and it held our stops, 30-minute guidance, and yeah. So that was it. This 30-minute chart. Nothing special on Tesla. I just wanted to point out that we focused on 30 minutes. Let's focus on some other plays from the community, from the game plan. Uber. So what was Uber? So Uber was a MTF short. MTF short. What was JD? JD was not really an MTF short, but JD was initially a gap down, and then it broke out the MTF. Both these plays, if you go to the pre-market planning on JD, what was planning on Uber, MTF bounce long setup, no go under MTF. So it breaks the MTF, you short it. What was planned on JD? No long under 32. As long as you know that what is the price where you will become bullish or bearish, you can take the trade. If you know that JD is no long under this area, you can short it. That's your risk, right? So you can, that's what we need to identify as the traders. You know that as long as Uber is under this MTF cloud, it's not a long. And you can take a position on the short side and look at the Uber fade, right? $3 fade. So beautiful winner, another beautiful winner on the guidance. My traders are, those long-term students and long-term followers. The things I repeat 1,000 times are so much ingrained in their mind They don't even wait for me to say something. But I hope my recaps help you guys, and you guys, few of you also start trading the repeatable setups rather than depending on someone who is coming to help you make money. That's not how it's going to work. There were a bunch of other setups. Day 2, Lily was a good day to call, 512 call here, MTF breakout here. So that was a good setup on day 2. Let's look at another one here. So we're going to look at SBET. SBET, again, watch my yesterday's video on the swing chart on SBET. So SBET was pretty solid. And I told you yesterday that once we break out of this highs, we're going to continue to push. A target I gave today, I even gave a target on the Twitter, was 37. We can still squeeze some more before we pull back to 30 bucks. So good time to take some profits on your swings if you are in those swings. So definitely a beautiful setups there on a lot of these names. Yeah, let's look at market a little bit. Not going to spend too much time on the market here. So marketplace in the morning, we were short on a bunch of stuff. We were short on NASDAQ, QQQs. Let's take a look here quickly. Why were we short? Because we were short in the morning because market never pushed over the MTF clouds, right? So we were short on QQQ. We were short on SPY. We even shorted NVDA. I'll show you in a bit here the guidance. We were short on Meta. All were the short. Those were the short. Look at the Meta MTF short. Look at that beauty. So you can trade SPY, you can trade QQQs. Index stocks are weaker with the indexes. So SPY, QQQ, MTF short right at the open. The target was low of the day. We hit that, and then it went to the chop, and there was a news on Trump, whatever. But you can see the power of the MTF clouds. We rejected right at MTFs. Meta flush from MTFs. 512 rejection. All day bearish. You can pause the screen and see my pre-market guidance there. Live guidance there. But these was our setups today. Let me show you my NVIDIA short. So NVIDIA we shorted when we broke down right here. So that was our NVIDIA short. NVIDIA was 512 short right here. 950 we shorted it. This break we took it down to 169. NVIDIA is not going to go down easy. It's so much crowded, but there was a good scalp trade we took right here. Market went to the chop, call later. Today calls were, it was all right on the market index. Too much news based, Trump news and all that. But anyways guys, amazing day. Hopefully you guys learned a lot from today's recap. Earning season is here. Make sure you focus on earning plays, you kill it, and good luck. DM me if you have anything, and if you want to comment or like, please do it.